welcome to these Nuts Garage, and today we're going to be changing. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today, changing the oil in this 2018 Ford Edge Sport. Now this has a 2.7 liter Ecoboost engine, and it's an all-wheel drive, in case you need to know that. Probably not. So we bought this car about a month ago, and when we bought it, I guess maybe the Ford dealership changed the oil in it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just bought it. And so, you know, I don't trust people. Maybe they didn't change it. Maybe the guy before that had it, he ran it through the Jiffy Lube or something. I don't know. They could have put any kind of oil in this thing. Who knows? We're just going to start out with the premise that the oil needs to be changed and we want to upgrade it to a better oil. And what oil is that? Amsoil 5W30 Signature Series motor oil. Now, before we can put this oil in this car, we have to do a few things. The first thing is we have to run this engine flush through it. And basically what we do, put it in the car where you put your oil in it, just pour it in there, let it run. Make sure you're putting it in the oil where the motor oil goes in your car. I'm going to show that to you over here in a minute. But make sure you're putting it in the right spot. So you put that in there, start it up, let it idle for 15 minutes. Do not drive the car. Don't go to town. Don't go see your mama and them. Let it sit there and idle. Once it idles for 15 minutes, turn it off. If you want to, you can let the engine cool down. Then you drain the oil out. Once you drain the oil out, you'll be able to go back in, put your drain plug back in the way it's supposed to be. But once you get that flushed out and you drain that oil out, what we need to do next is we're going to be putting this filter on. In case you want to see the filter number right there. And this is one of those filters like this. It's on the top of the engine. Got some O-rings with it. Like I said in the past, I like how Amsoil has all their oil filters wrapped up. That gives me peace of mind knowing somebody didn't stick something in there or tamper with the filter. Now, we'll be showing you how to change this filter out as well. Once we get the filter changed out, then we'll be able to fill up our engine back with our Amsoil product. Now, this holds about 6 quarts. What I'm going to do is put 5 quarts in it, back it off the ramps, let it sit there and idle for about 5-10 minutes, get it all good and circulated. And then I will turn the car off, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'll check the oil. And if I need to add another quart, half quart, I'll do that then. So, alright, so first what we're going to do, like I said, is we got to add our engine flush. Now, there is a cover that goes over the top of the engine. I have already removed that. If you want to see that where I removed that, I'll put the video card up here. You can go check that out. And the reason why this is off is because I've just changed the transmission fluid in this car. So if you want to see how to change the transmission fluid, there's a card right there. You can go see it. So that's the reason why I've already removed the engine cover off. Now, back here, I know you can't see it right now, but back here where my hand is at is where your oil filter housing is at. That's where we'll put our new oil filter. But right up front here, even if you have your engine cover, you're going to see this little cap. Right there. See that little emblem? That means oil. Motor oil. It says 5W30. That's what we're putting in it, but that's oil. So we want to put this and that hole. So we'll just take this off. We're going to see if I can get this in here without having to have a funnel. Alright, got it in there. Probably should have used a funnel, but too late now. Put our cap back on her, and now we'll start it up and let it idle for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes we'll come back and we'll drain the oil out of it. Alright, so I'm underneath the vehicle. I have the splash shield removed because I was changing my transmission fluid. So basically we're going to slide over here to this plug here. Now, being that this vehicle has been running, all this fluid is hot, the exhaust is hot, so just be careful if you're messing around underneath here. You don't want to burn yourself. So I'm gonna set this camera over here so that way you can see it. I'm gonna drain this oil out. Alrighty, so let's just see if we can scald ourselves here. I'm supposed to be able to turn this like a quarter turn, and I've never messed with one of these right here, so I'm trying to not break it. So looks like we're gonna turn it counterclockwise to loosen it, like any lefty, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let's just see if I can break this. No, looks like it's gonna. Yeah, so you turn that about a half a turn and it busts loose on you. This is a 12-quart container. I'm hoping it'll hold it all. Should. I think it only holds 6 quarts. So I'm going to let this finish draining out, and I'll put this drain plug back in, and then we'll get back up to the top side. Alrighty, so there is the filter. I have a 27 millimeter. It's a 12-point socket. I would prefer to have a 6-point socket, but I don't have it. So we're just gonna loosen it up a little bit. Now that you see where it's at, I'm going to go ahead and get it all the way off, and then I'll come back and show you what we're gonna do with the filter and the O-rings. Alrighty, so just below me down there is the pan I drained the oil out with, because it's kind of dripping everywhere. Try not to make a big mess. When you drain the oil out of your car, it's automatically going to drain all this filter down, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. There's just some residual oil and all that kind of stuff. So there's the filter. We're going to take it and throw it in the garbage. Now on this, you wipe this off. Make it a little bit more easier to deal with. Alright, so on this filter, you have 1, 2 O-rings and another O-ring. We're going to be replacing all 3 of these O-rings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each one of these O-rings off. Alright, so I got a razor blade. I'm just going to go in there and cut these little O-rings out. Wait, shot off. Be careful if you're dealing with a razor blade. Especially one that's dull. Just get in there and wedge them out. Stick your knife blade in there and just pull it out a little bit. They'll pop right off. So now what we're going to do is reinstall our 3 new ones. Rip that package open. Actually, it looked like the last time this oil was changed, they didn't change these 2 O-rings. Because, and how I kind of figured that is because the bottom 2 were black and the top one was red. Just gonna roll them all the way down. Basically just like this. It's not hard. That's what she said. It's not hard. Got this other small O-ring that came in the pack. I'm just gonna. This is probably gonna be the hardest one because it's the smallest. I'm trying not to drop it in this oil that's right here below me. I probably should move this. Man. My first time ever fooling with one of these little jokers. There she goes. There she goes. All right, so we're just gonna open up this package. Slide your new oil filter in. Doesn't look like it goes any particular direction. So just slide it down in there, like so. Make sure it's all the way down. Now we're just gonna flip this back over and tighten it back up. And I think the torque setting's like 18 foot-pounds. It's not a lot. Remember, this is plastic, and if you ain't careful, you'll crack it or break it. So let's throw this back in. I did run some old oil around those O-rings. So that way as you tighten it up, it'll just slip down in there correctly. You want to start that by hand first. That way you know it's being threaded right, because it's plastic. If you misthread it, you'll be messed up. All right, so let's throw a torque wrench on it. All right, so I got my torque wrench at 18 foot-pounds, and I hope it don't break nothing. Click, click. That sounds like it's good. All right, so what we're gonna do now is get ready to refill our engine oil into the engine. Now, like I said, we're gonna put 5 quarts in it. We know that there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so we're gonna pour 1 gallon in here completely. Spray out my funnel, make sure it's clean. I don't want any trash going down in my motor. All right. I think this is a thing where you put. That's my funnel's fault, it wasn't mine. I had it going up pretty high. Not my fault. I will be putting my old oil that I pulled out of this vehicle in these jugs and taking them to AutoZone or somewhere to have it, probably AutoZone. That way I can recycle it. You know, don't want to dump it out somewhere, take it to AutoZone. I think everybody takes it. I think even Walmart takes it. So don't go dumping your oil out in the creek somewhere. All right, so let's see how much we got left in there. 3 quarts. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my engine cover back on, my splash shield that's off on below the car, and I'm gonna pull it down off the ramps so that way I can let the car run for about 10 minutes and then I'll check the oil again. Probably gonna have to add about another quart. All right, so we're gonna check our oil for the final time, or 2. Like I said, I believe we're gonna have to add a little bit of oil. But let's just see. Yep, we're gonna have to add some. Ain't even on the dipstick. So we'll add another quart. See how that goes. So we're at 3, let's go to 2. Let that sit a minute. That's about a minute. Check it again. Yep. That's about halfway up the hash marks. I think I'm gonna go just a tad bit more. See, I'm on 2. I'm gonna put a half a quart in it. I should do it because there's still a lot of that oil that's draining down. So check it again. That's perfect. Alrighty, so we got the oil checked, the filter changed, and everything put back together. So, alright, so there's one more thing that I need to do before I go, and that is I need to put an Amsoil sticker here, but I don't have one. It's in my other car, so I'll have to go out there and get that and put one on here. The other thing is I need to put a window sticker on the inside of the car, so my wife, she can kind of keep an eye on when the oil is due next. I have a bunch of those. They sent them to me from Amsoil, from Eagle Lubricants. If you need Amsoil products, go here to check out Eagle Lubricants, and also use this referral code. And if you put that referral code in when you order something from Amsoil, it'll help These Nuts Garage because we get a few points from every order that uses our reference code. So that helps us when we're doing these kind of projects because it saves us money, and that means more, spread the money out. So other than that, I hope you liked the video. Give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you already hadn't. Got a lot of stuff coming for this car. Comment down below, whatever you want to comment. It's freedom of speech. You can comment down there. And I guess you need to share it. Share this on other platforms and to your friends and to the people that you hate. Just people that you don't like, send them this link. Just do that. That's all I'm asking. So other than that, I got to get out of here, clean up my mess, and get a shower and go have dinner. So y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.